Hello, welcome to another live healing session. I hope you're feeling really good. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you've not had such a good day, you're not feeling so good, then bear with us for the next hour and hopefully we'll work those stresses out, those worries out, any anxieties you may have. We'll also be making the mind and the body feel better. We'll be doing guided meditation, spoken guided meditation, lots of healing, and we'll also be talking later on about the law of attraction and how the mind works, the mind as a powerhouse, and how the mind should be working for you and not against you. So hold on, give us about half an hour from now, or if you're watching this as a recorded version, then obviously skip ahead to the part where you want to learn about the law of attraction and all those wonderful things that go with it. For now, we're just going to spend a few minutes relaxing, winding down. I'm going to introduce one or two people into the group. And I'm going to say hi to a few of my friends that have been following some time. So let's just get the body nice and relaxed and just let out that breath. Just allow the body to be nicely chilled and nicely relaxed. And the first to appear on the screen is Annette Rose. Good evening to you. How are you? I hope you're well. I hope you're having a fantastic week. It's been really windy here in the UK since the weekend. It's been sort of 50, 55 miles an hour, but it's been constant day and night. And to be honest with you, we're not always used to that kind of weather and it's getting a little bit too much now. So let's just relax together and get all of those stresses, those knots, those worries. Let's get everything out and just let it all go back to the earth to be recycled to then come back later on, instantly, in fact, as fantastic, wonderful, re energized, pure, fantastic life force energy. It's there, everyone can tap into it. You are it. We are sending, sharing, and receiving the same source energy all of the time. It doesn't feel like it sometimes because we just fall off our little perches. We fall away from that perfect vibrational alignment, and that's when we start to feel a little bit off. Well, these sessions are going to bring you back to where you need to be, back to where you should be, and help you to think straighter, help you to think stronger, and generally perform a lot better. Get those manifestations really coming in now. Bring them in with lots of expectations. So we're going to be talking about the lighter way, the way the world works, the way that our brain works with the world, and vice versa. How, in fact, the world and the brain, the mind itself, is all the same thing. It's so connected. That's coming later. So what we're going to do now is relax the body. We're going to go into some focus breathing. We're then going to go into the seven major chakras. We're going to do grounding. We're going to do one session that lasts about 2 or 3 minutes of just settling down, nice resonating harmony. And then we'll have a short break for a minute or so. And then we'll go into the main bulk of the spoken guided meditation. And that's where I'm going to take you on a little spoken journey. All you need to do is visualize it and be there. And while that's happening, your body and your mind are just going to harmonize, synchronize. Your chakras are going to align perfectly. The energy around your body is going to be running around perfectly. And you're going to come out of it at the other end feeling a whole lot better. Even perhaps falling to sleep during the session, which is absolutely perfect and normal. So don't worry about that if you do fall to sleep. Okay, so the session will introduce itself as we go along. The first thing you can do is, if you can, sit and be barefoot. If not, don't worry. And you're going to have your feet firmly on the ground. And you're going to, in fact, you can even have your feet in the air if you like. You can be on a sofa, you can be on the bed, etc. One foot in the air, reclined. It doesn't really matter. All you need to do is visualize those roots and shoots coming out of the bottom of your feet and going straight down, crashing into the earth. And they're going to go down there for a few miles and just let them really charge down. And they will eventually latch onto something. You'll feel it. I'm feeling it already. I'm having a tingling sensation in my calves, in my lower leg. To me, I've reached a point that I'm anchored on, and I'm now going to pull up and draw that energy from the earth, really pull it up, that extra energy, pull it up to the knees, and then pull it up to the tops of the legs, but stop it where you put your hands in your pocket. And that's because I'm going to save the upper part of the body, the torso and the head, for the 7 major chakras in a while. So now that we're grounding, we can feel that energy really taking a hold of our legs, tingling, in fact vibrating almost. My right leg now, my right calf is literally vibrating. It really is. Okay, so now we're going to just settle down into it and do a couple of breaths. Okay, so focus on the breathing. Breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. If you're new to this, then the reason why we do the focus breathing is because it puts you in a state of the now, the present. It makes you aware that, and I say this every week, that yesterday is a memory and tomorrow is imagination, and we can only ever live in the now. So by focusing on the breath, it really is pinpointing where we are in this life and in this now moment. So we'll just do 2 more breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so before we open the chakras, then I just want you to do a little exercise. And all I ask is that you just tense your body, your hands, your fists, your fingers, your knuckles, your wrists, your shoulders, your neck and your head, all of your body if you can. Just tense it for a second or two and then hold it and then let it go. And you'll feel a relax, a release sensation. You'll feel as if your body could actually melt. Just let it really become soft and supple and just melting away and just relax all the way from the head, all the way from the eyes and the brows, even the ears and around the jaws and the neck, etc. They hold a lot of tension, and that's the anxiety, that's the worry, that's your nervous system, that's your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions all traveling through your body as forms of energy and collecting in little corners and areas and being held tightly as you worry about things and you clench and you become really, really rattled and knotted. We're just going to let all that just fade away now. Nothing matters. It's just this now moment. There is only ever this now moment. Okay? Allow it to become soft. Allow it to become really relaxed. Almost melting away. Okay, so we're going to start with the crown chakra. We're going to go straight to the top of the head. This one is violet if you're working with colour. So if you just imagine a turn there, almost like a jar lid or something of that nature, exposing the portal, the energy disc inside there. And if you want to imagine it as a flower and the petals are now unfurling and spreading as wide as you like, as big and as flat as you like. Violet's the colour for the crown chakra. We're going to come down now to the brow chakra or the third eye chakra. This one's going to rotate in the opposite direction. So if the crown chakra, as you feel it, is clockwise or anti-clockwise, left to right or right to left, then the opposite occurs on the brow chakra. So give that one a nice opening turn, and indigo is just going to explode out as these wonderful petals just sit there, exposing that very, very spiritual, very, very strong connection to the spiritual realms and the non-physical. And we're now going to drop down to the throat chakra. This one is blue, so a nice turn in the opposite direction to the brow chakra. So a wonderful burst of energy as those petals just unfurl and take their rightful place, just sitting there, exposing that wonderful voice, that creativity center of the throat chakra. Down to the heart chakra. This one is green, a very bright green, emerald green, really, really magnificent gem-like colour. And this one's going to be a huge turn, a massive flower, huge petals, gigantic, just sitting there, exposing that loving, warming, almost emotion controlling chakra. It works very well with the solar plexus chakra, which we're going to open next. So down to the solar plexus chakra, this is the one that just sits under the inversion or the inverted V shape of the rib cage. It's the area that feels a little bit tender to touch, a little bit strange to poke around that area. That's the solar plexus, and this one is yellow. We're going to imagine those petals unturning, exposing that wonderful energy center. Okay, we're going to come down now to the sacral chakra, which is orange in colour. Just sits there under the belly button, under the navel. Same thing, a nice turn. The flower, the petals come out, just exposing that nice energy disc, rotating nicely away there, waiting for you to then finally go down and do the root, the base chakra. And this one is red. Nice turn. Really big flower there. And that one's going to help us connect to the ground, to the earth, etc. So we're going to have a spiritual connection, we're going to have a higher connection, we're going to have ourselves, and we're going to have a connection to the earth as well. So that's now complete. Just take a moment to relax the body again and clear the mind of anything that may be causing you problems. In fact, anything at all. Let those thoughts just come out. Just let them drizzle away. Just take them out if you like. Pluck them out one by one. All of those thoughts that aren't serving you well at all. All of those thoughts that you're thinking about tomorrow, the weekend, next week, etc. Just leave them for now. You can pick them up later on. Just let the mind become as empty as possible. And this is going to be one of the keys that allows us to enter into a state where we can focus and we can envisage and actually see and visit another dimension, almost another reality compared to what we're used to now. And I'll explain more about that later on, and I'll explain throughout the rest of these shows as we go through a week by week basis. Okay, so now the 7 major chakras are open. They're already beginning to line up with each other, synchronizing. They're already there. They might just be slightly off because we allow our bodies to get in such a state that we allow them to become just slightly out of synchronization. So now the energy pathways, the meridian energy pathways, are taking their part in this. They're carrying the energy around the body, working in perfect time with the chakras, and the whole body right now really is buzzing. It really is really having a fantastic time because it's knowing and it's celebrating with you the fact that you are awake to the idea that you are this wonderful physical being, but also this very spiritual being as well. And the two now are working together in perfect synchronization, and everything is just as it should be. We are not thinking about anything else. The mind is clear. The road ahead is ours. Just focus on the now. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, we're at the point now where we are set. We are going to go into the first session of meditation. It's usually around 2 or 3 minutes long. It comes from the root chakra and the sacral chakra area. It's a nice warm feeling. You may have some swaying. Your hands may want to move in a certain way. Let them move. That's just your body and the energy working together as one. So just let your hands drift, let them rotate as mine do. They are literally sitting there like this and just riding on the energy. If you want to do that, it's perfectly normal. Just do that. But clear the mind and let the body do the rest. So I'll speak to you in about 2 or 3 minutes. This is pure silence, and then we'll do the guided spoken meditation next. Okay, see you soon. Relax. Okay, there we are. Lovely, really good. Okay, so what we're going to do now is just have a few seconds just to come around from that one. And this is a good time actually to realize and remember and to know that everything is energy, everything vibrates, and nothing is absolutely solid and does not move. Everything moves at the atomic level. Your body is atomic itself, it's made up of cells, it's made up of atoms, etc., etc. Everything is moving, everything is vibrating. Therefore, if you could condense your body now into a different form of energy, you would see how actually it would just disappear from this physical body that you know, this mass of bones and skin and muscle, etc. You would then become this almost translucent, invisible energy stream, almost like the energy that you would see if you could see it leaving your telephone and going to the hub, to the broadband, etc., and then being taken around the world to various places and then released again in a Wi-Fi fashion, because that is happening all the time. Transmissions, receiving, etc. That energy is being converted and reverted back to how it should be in a way that you can translate it through your five physical senses. Obviously, mainly the sight and the audible, the ears. So that's all it is. It's just another form of energy. Now, in this next section, it's going to be about 15 minutes long. It's not always accurate. I don't count the time. I'd just like you to vision what's happening by closing your eyes and looking at the inside of your forehead bone plate. It's probably the best way I can describe it. So imagine from inside your head, you have the ability to project and you can see what we're talking about on the inside of your forehead plate, almost like a large TV screen or at the movies, at the theatre, etc. And the way we're going to go through this will create that image up there for you. The more you practice it, the more you focus on that, the more wonderful things it will unlock for you. If you're looking for a spiritual journey or you want to go different places, such as astral traveling, dimension travel, etc., spiritual traveling, then this is going to unlock it for you. Some people will say that there's different ways, etc., and of course there are different ways, but this is the way that I've learned how to do it, and this is the way that comes naturally for me. And I can honestly say that I have had lots of success with it, and it's just getting better and better all the time, every single day. It's getting better. Okay, so just do a couple of breaths then, just to relax the body again, clear the mind. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. So now is the time to put yourself in that really, really receptive mode, full of gratitude, full of strong belief about what you're doing, what I'm doing, and what we are all doing in this wonderful, absolutely perfect state of meditation, this harmony, and this wonderful ability to see beyond without actually using two eyes. So I'd like to invite you to come over towards me, and we're going to sit in my garden here, and I've just recently purchased a beautiful summer house, and it has a retractable roof, and it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a nice summer's day. So just come and sit in here with me, and we're going to be facing out east towards the North Sea. So just get yourself nicely settled next to me there, and relax. Thank you. So how are you? Have you had a nice day? How's work been? Did you manage to get things sorted out? Well, don't worry about them. It will get sorted out. Don't you worry about that. But for now, I'd just like to relax. And I just want you to be aware now and feel the top of your head, not with your hands. Just feel it without moving. Be aware of the top of your head where the crown chakra is. Now, just pay attention to the fact that that energy center, that turning disc, is rotating in such a lovely way that you can actually see it spiraling round and round. If you want to switch to a purple violet colour, if that helps, just imagine those wonderful petals around you as well. Can you see the colour? Now we're just going to ask the universe to just make that extra connection to the crown chakra. So if you want to envisage a connecting rod, almost like a pipeline, or a beautiful stream of shining, glittery energy just pouring down from the universe, let it fill that bowl you've created, that plate inside the flower. Just let all of that wonderful energy just trickle inside the head through the crown chakra. Just let it come down the body, down the head, the face, and down the neck, to the top of the chest and the shoulders, and allow it to go down your arms all the way to your fingers. So much energy, so much beautiful, shining, wonderful light. Just let it come out of your fingers and fall down to the ground, and just see that beautiful, sparkling, cascading light and energy. Now let it come down the chest, down the middle of the chest and the back. I like to fill around the heart, the lungs, and the inside of your tummy area, the lower part of your torso. And just stop it where you would have your belt or your waist. Just stop it there. You don't have to go any further because we've got the ground connection there. Can you feel that wonderful energy? It's beautiful. Now you're full of that gorgeous energy. Come down to the brow, the third eye chakra, and just instantly picture the indigo, bright, beautiful colour of indigo. Just imagine that turning energy centre. Just see the spiral shape of it. You can almost feel it. If you turn your hands and your fingers as if you're turning something like that yourself, you'll start to feel the same rotation in the third eye and in the brow chakra. You can actually feel that rotation. Do it a few more times. Turning, turning, nice and slow. Never goes faster than that. You can actually feel the rotation and the speed. You may feel twinges, you may feel flickering, twitches. That's fine, it's activated. The power center, the brow, third eye chakra, the power center to the connection, the spirituality, the non-physical part of everything that we are. Just enjoy that moment. Feel the rotation. Feel the energy actually working. You can feel the energy now. We're not just talking about it. It's there. Come down to the throat chakra. Blue. Beautiful, bright blue. Feel the energy come down with you as you let it and control it. And just stop it. Just below the throat chakra, so here. How bright has that throat chakra now become? It's almost blinding. It's almost as if you have your eyes open, but you know your eyes are already closed. Therefore, you can't close your eyes to shield yourself from the brilliance of that blue throat chakra, the center of confidence, of talk, of speech, of creativity, of expression, of power, vocalization of your desires through your voice, through the throat chakra. Wow, that is so strong. Again, feel the rotation, feel the activation inside the throat chakra. Down to the chest, to the heart chakra. This one is so powerful. This one has so much meaning. And the abilities of giving, sending, taking, receiving, and sharing of love, of everything, of the universe, the earth, the physical, yourself, other people's, passion, compassion, everything the heart chakra feels. The bright emerald green is just absolutely radiating. You can feel the enormous rotation of the heart chakra going at the same speed as the one you felt before. In fact, this one is so big you can't actually get your hand round the tin lid to create that turn. You almost have to steer it with one hand as if we're just going round this beautiful spiral of energy. That is just an example of how big and how powerful the heart chakra really is. And you may even want to go bigger. You feel the warmth. You feel a thin membrane almost of energy, almost as if you pushed harder, you could pop through that membrane. That's the energy. It's almost like a resistance, magnetism against the hand. The hand, the palm may even tingle as you feel and sense and go with the rotation of the energy from the heart chakra. This is too good to move on. Just enjoy. Let the hand, the arm and the shoulders, just let them go and let them ride on this wonderful energy stream. It's getting warmer, it's getting stronger. I can see green. My whole vision, even though my eyes are closed, my whole vision, my whole interpretation of this is just now drenched in this bright emerald green. It's just taken over everything. Wow, that is so amazing. Don't worry if you can't see the colours, it will happen. I promise it will happen with practice. Okay, now you can almost see the yellow coming in as we go down to the solar plexus chakra. The beautiful daffodil yellow brightness of the solar plexus. Just by putting the hand over it, you can feel the tremendous energy, and this is a really powerful chakra. The solar plexus is packed with fiber, nerve ending types of fibers with sensors on the end of them. They are looking for, picking up, detecting and feeling the atmosphere, the energy around you that's traveling up, down, to, back and forth. It's working out what's happening. It's sensing danger. It's sensing a safe place to go, a safe place to be. It's sensing people to avoid. It's working out a situation. It's taking you down a path of least resistance that your body and mind are more suited and adapted to. It's controlling, it's navigating, it's sending all of this information up through the energy system and to the brain. The brain's then going to process it in a logical way. But actually, the solar plexus chakra is the first brain. This is where it's all happening. It's the fight or flight center. It's picking up on every single frequency of energy that there is. It's so powerful. Just put your hand over there. This one's come back down into a more manageable size. You can almost twist the lid. You can feel the rotation of this solar plexus chakra. Like then you come down now to the sacral chakra. Between the sacral chakra and the solar plexus chakra, this is where things like love and reproduction and the family cycle continue. This is where the strength and the energy comes from. It takes care of all those bits that you don't need to worry about. The body's just going to do it. The mind's just sitting back and letting the body doing it. It's orange. It's a beautiful bright orange, and it's just sitting there. You can feel the rotation of that chakra. Just put your hand slightly below your belly button, in line with your belly button almost. You can feel the energy, the warmth of the rotation, the giving and sending of energy. Actually give it a nice turn. Let the energy come down now to the root, the base chakra. To complete the 7 major chakras, now the energy has been allowed to come down all the way to the bottom of the spine, to the coccyx. A powerful connection with the earth. The strength is immeasurable. The brightness of that red chakra is just beyond reason, explanation. It's beyond the contrast of red that we can normally see in our daily lives. It's so bright. The connection to the earth is just reinstalling the connection we have in our legs and feet with the grounding effect. We can start again to feel that tingling sensation, the warmth, the vibration in our legs, the root chakra. There you go, it's lovely, very nice. Just sit and relax now. The work's done. The body is in perfect vibrational alignment. The body is doing exactly what it was designed to do. Just enjoy that feeling. Flick up and down the various chakras. Visit them, revisit them. Feel them. Feel the energy. That way. That way. Separate the hands. Feel the energy around. Perfect. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. You are now free to travel wherever you like. Practice this as often as you like, as many times as you like per day, per week. Just follow the steps, come back each time to where you are now. I know you're enjoying it. I know you don't want to leave this moment. So just enjoy it for a few more seconds. Feel the energy up and down the chakras. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And thank you very much. That was rather nice. Don't worry if you get watery eyes like me. It's perfectly normal. It's just the energy, it's just the body, etc. It's absolutely fine. That was really good. We are live, and I just need to have a quick drink, so excuse me. Right, that was wonderful. Thank you very much. Really enjoyed that. If you want to shut down your chakras now, that's fine. We'll do it together. Or if you want to leave them open and do it yourself later on, obviously just follow the steps. We're going to go from root, the base chakra, and we're just going to close that one down now. And then up to the sacral, close that one down, everything back. And the solar plexus, turn, close, everything back. And heart, turn, close, everything back there. Throat chakra, turn, close. Brow, third eye, turn, close. And lastly, crown, close. Thank you very much. Lovely. And don't forget to unground. So if you just want to recoil those roots and shoots and stalks now back from the earth, bring them back into the base, the sole of your feet. Just do that now. And just let the body become very, very relaxed. Thank you, Earth, and thank you, Universe, thank you, World, Energy, and everything, the physical, the non-physical. Thank you, everything, everybody, everywhere. Okay, so that's it for the meditation part of things. We're going to have sort of 15-20 minutes now, just going through the law of attraction, the law of vibration, and how things work. And if you're thinking, well, what's the connection between meditation and the law of attraction? What is the law of attraction? Well, as I mentioned earlier, the way our bodies work is just on an energy basis, is that everything is energy, everything is vibrating, everything is frequency, different frequencies, etc. And thank you so much to the people that are watching the live session. Thank you for your comments. Because everything is energy, our thoughts are energy. And if you're thinking, what does he mean thoughts are energy? Well, they do. It's been scientifically proven now. It's beyond any doubt, and it's also scientifically accepted. You can do your own research on this if you don't believe me. Telepathy is now proven and accepted in the scientific world. So energy, thoughts, they are connected. When you have a thought, you release it into the universe, and that goes off via energy. It's no different to you sending an SMS or an email from your phone or mobile device. Once you send that message and it shoots off, it's gone. Where does it go? You might say, well, I don't know. Well, what happens is it goes from a code to an energy stream carrying that code, and then that goes to a hub or a point of reception where it's also sent to another part of the country or the world, and it's then sent to a tower, a cable, and it's then sent down to you through cable to your device or wireless to where you are from your broadband hub or point, etc. If it's Wi-Fi, you've got to say to yourself, where is that energy? You can't go like that and feel it, but you know it's there. So you can't really say energy doesn't exist, because it does. And we are no different. We are just on a different frequency, and our eyes can see different parts of the light spectrum, and we can also sense and feel different frequencies up and down the scale as they oscillate, as they resonate, etc. And the more we do this, the more we are waking up our abilities. We see more frequency, detect more frequency, whether that's through colour, sight, sound, etc., through the five senses. And we can also sense it through the third eye, the solar plexus, and many, many other ways. So that's going to lead me on to the mind. I'm going to read you something from a book I've fell in love with quite recently. To say it's almost 100 years old is just absolutely so mind blowing. Pardon the pun. It's called The Lighted Way. It's only a page and it won't take long to read. It's The Lighted Way, and the author says, "From time to time, I have pointed out various mental powers that, rightly used, act as a spur and a source of energy." Now, the author's got a master's, he's a philosopher, and I don't think he's actually with us anymore. Because of the age of the book, I'm going to assume that he's passed on. But this book is an absolute find, it's gold. And if you want to message me privately, I'll let you know what the book is. We'll carry on. Did it ever occur to you what a help imagination can be if directed towards the right end? Now that's important, because using our imagination, it has to be directed in the way we want it to be. And it goes on to say, we all know of people of whom it can truly be said they are quite devoid of imagination. So basically, they have a big lack of creativity, a big lack of imagination. As a rule, this is nothing to their discredit. It creates a calm temper that neither joy nor adversity can readily destroy. Basically, a very steady person isn't swayed either way, back or forth, because they're not really looking into life like we are and understanding that there's so much more in this life, and they're quite happy to be stuck in this little area, just paddling around, quite safe, not really going anywhere, but at the same time, not really creating or offering anything back to other people or the universe around him. So the author goes on to say, but you will rarely find that a person who lacks imagination gets anywhere. He moves always in a limited space. He gets in a rut and is content to stay there. He's staying there because he has no drive, he has no powerhouse, no will, no creative will, etc. And he's quite happy to just go along, to acquiesce, if you like, to just be what he is and who he is, and he's not interested in learning or becoming interested in other things, and he's just that person. And that's absolutely fine. There are a lot of people like that. But what I'm getting at here is for people that follow what I do and follow the law of attraction, etc. You need to be more than that. You need to raise your vibration. You need to increase your awareness, your interest. You need to become interested, so people become interested in you. And this is how it's all going to come together. Where there is no vision, said the old writer, the people perish. And without imagination, there comes also a mental and spiritual death. I'll just say that bit again, and then I will elaborate, because it doesn't actually mean that the spirit is going to die. Where there is no vision, said the old writer, the people perish. And without imagination, there comes also a mental and spiritual death. Now, the mental side of it means that without the imagination, It just stops. The mind just stops. There's no further creativity. They are not using the mind to the full potential that it's got. He doesn't know. He doesn't care. He doesn't bother. Spiritual death. It doesn't mean that spirit, spirituality, non-physical, whatever you think spirit is, it doesn't mean that all of that's just going to crumble and it won't be there anymore. Not at all. It's quite the opposite, because from a spiritual point of view, the energy that is in those non-physical realms, it will never disappear. It's always been here and it will always continue to be here. What it means is that person, as a potential unlocker, a potential creator, a potential spiritual person that can be aware of themselves in the non-physical and in the physical, it means that they're not going to progress. They're not going to do anything else with it. They're not going to make the best from life with creativity, imagination. They're not going to use their upper faculties. They're not going to use their mind to the full potential that it has. They're quite happy to just sit lulling and mulling around in this physical world, quite happy just doing what they're doing. But for them, it's a spiritual end, when actually there is so much more. And by being aware of that more, we know that we can communicate on different levels. We know we can communicate with spirit, with the non-physical, with source energy. We know we can do that. You can attach your own label to it. I always come from a non-religious point of view, a neutral point of view. I favour no belief over any other belief, but whichever way you look at it, it boils down to the fact that there is a source of energy, and it's source energy. It's just a simple term for a wonderful, amazing, miraculous, almost incomprehensible existence of energy in the non-physical realm. The author goes on and says, dulled imagination means dulled desire, dulled ambition, the death of endeavour and enterprise. That word death again, it's not to be feared. It just means the end of, the stopping of it, a dead end road. The road stops, you can't go any further. Life still goes on. It just means that that person will not create, will not open up a new space in the universe for their enterprise to move into, for what they do to create a business, a crowd, a following, a movement, or anything of that nature. It just means they're not interested in it, and therefore it stops. When we know that you can actually think so large and really create that attraction, that through believing it and repetition, etc., and emotion, expectation, bringing it in, living the dream, we know that we can turn that, we can manifest that from the non-physical into the physical that we can touch right in front of us. That's the law of attraction. The law of attraction will always give you what you think about, and if you concentrate and work with it every single day, you can bring your goal, your desire, your dream into your physical existence by believing it, by knowing it's going to happen. The D word, doubt, well, take that out of your dictionary, out of your vocabulary. We don't need that anymore. We are not doubting anything. I don't even like to use the word. I'll move on. But imagination should be directed towards a positive and constructive end. Picture what might be. Picture what you want to be. This book is almost 100 years old. They are already talking about the law of attraction and energy in different ways, different terms, terminology, but it's the same thing. Now, if you believe something can happen, something will happen. If you doubt it, you put the brakes on. You put your own brakes on the minute, the moment you doubt the process or you stop thinking about it. It all becomes mixed up, it all becomes twisted and starts to melt and break down and it becomes no good and then it just dissolves away and you've lost that connection. You must be really, really sharp with it all the time. Use your imagination as a torch to light a difficult and unknown path. It goes on to say, some people use their imagination to picture all the obstacles and terrors they may perhaps encounter. To do that is to misuse a valuable faculty. You're putting the brake on again. If you're going to sit here thinking what might happen, what could be around the corner, what if I do that and that goes wrong? Well, what does that say? You're just creating negativity and it's just a waste of the mind, the body, energy. It is to transform into a brake what could and should be a motive force. You're putting your brake on, it should be a moving, pushing force. Neither should imagination be allowed to develop into mere daydreaming. To do that is merely to allow it to drain away the mental energy that could be far better employed. No great man ever became great without using imagination. Remember that and keep out of the rut. Well, I think it's true. If you think about it and you start to sit wallowing in grief and you start to worry about things, etc., all you do is you're attracting the opposite to where you want to be. Why would you want to put yourself in that situation where you are creating those doubts and those worries? Cast your mind forward, shine as much light on it as possible, let that energy rise up, come through and build upon that point of attraction. It will become bigger, stronger, and it will take over your life. The thought has become an action. The action becomes a habit. The habit will bring to you what you are preparing for. That is the whole point of these live sessions, folks. I'd like to say thank you very, very much indeed. Remember that the two can be separate. You can have the practicing of the law of attraction, the law of vibration, the law of thinking. You can also have separately the meditation, the chakra work, the energy side of it. But by golly, if you bring the two together, you have got a big advantage. And that, my friends, is the real secret. Thank you. Take care. Please like, share and subscribe the video, and I'll see you next week and continue to be part of this wonderful event. Thank you so much. Take care and bye-bye.